What's up, guys? We are back. Fitness Profit Multiplier, Anthony and Jimmy. Today, we're going to be talking about Future Bank. What the hell is that? The Wealth Bank. This is the bank that you need to be investing in every day as a gym owner. So I know that you're a gym owner and your goal is maybe to get to 100 members, to 50 members, to a $500,000 business, to $1 million business. Those are probably your goals as a gym owner and personal trainer, to really leave a legacy for you and have more freedom and stuff with your family. But there's two types of things that you need to worry about. You need to be investing in that goal, obviously. But the second thing is you need to also be investing in the future. So what does that mean, right? When you get to a certain point in your business, you need to be focusing on making deposits into the future bank. So I'll use a fitness analogy. So let's just say, for example, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a quick example here. I want to lose weight, right? So I know that if I lose weight, I could do it in two ways, right? I could do a bunch of cardio and burn everything and lose weight, or I could go on an extreme calorie deficit, right? So, and I could get there both ways doing that. But I need to be able to make deposits for the future so I have a better body. What's those deposits? I need to work out with weights every day, because when you work out with weights, you're maintaining your metabolism, you're maintaining muscle tissue. So when you lose fat, you actually have something to show for it. But I need to be making those deposits, those metabolic deposits every day in order to do that. Now, it's the same thing with your business. You need to be making deposits into that future bank so you can reap those rewards later. So hopefully that makes sense. But this is what I want you guys to start thinking about: the future bank and how to start actually making deposits into that.
100%. There's money now activities and money for the future you activities, right? And we have to separate those activities and not just focus on money now activities. And money now activities are like, making sure you dial your leads, making sure you put your ads up, making sure you service your clients and all these kinds of things. They're money now, right? But depositing into that bank can come in a couple of different ways. And we want to think of these things and separate these buckets out into money now, money future. And money future, like we've talked about on other podcasts, is not always money, because time is money. Time is money. So we have to make sure that we invest in things that are going to give us more time. And we want to invest in other aspects of our business. Anthony, what would you say is the most important aspect in your business to invest in to give you more time?
Oh, wow. More time? Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask me which one was the one that I thought was the best. To give you more time, for 100% sure, is investing in your staff. 1000%, that's going to be the one that's going to give you more time. Because if you invest the time into your staff, meaning that maybe you take them to courses, you teach them how to be a better trainer, and even teaching them how to come to you with an issue. So like one of the things that I hate, like everybody talks about, like, oh, I have an open door policy. So that means that you could come into my office anytime and bombard me with anything. Oh, Mrs. Jones did this. Oh, Mrs. Jones is complaining about her contract. Oh, this or that, or this or that. That detracts the gym owner from actually accomplishing the big rocks that need to happen in his business on a daily basis, right? It distracts you. It's a distraction because now you're putting out fires all day. So making the investment in your staff to actually teach them how to handle this problem. Like, look, Brianna, don't come to me with this issue. I want you to come to me and tell me what's going on, but I want you to come to me with how you're going to solve the issue. What are two ways to solve this issue? How do we de-escalate it? Come to me with the solutions, and I can help you pick out which one. You want to invest the time in your staff to make them autonomous. And the only way you do that is by training them to do this and having regular meetings. Teach them. And the thing that makes me laugh the most too is like people say, well, if I teach them too much, they're going to leave. Yeah. Well, what's worse if they stay and they don't know? Now you're doing everything. So I would say if you want like the best investment in your time for future, you have to take the time to invest in your staff.
And that's such an important point that you just made, Anthony, because even though Anthony and I are removed from our businesses, I mean, we're still a little bit involved. So our staff still like asks us questions and talks to us a little bit here and there and that kind of thing. Doesn't take us more than probably 10 hours a week, you'd say, Ant, right? Maybe 10 hours a week of like in business, actually like kind of work, maybe less. But our staff still talks to us. It still has questions. And the most important point out of what Anthony just said, the golden nugget, if you're to take one from this podcast, is going to be, so pay attention. If you're listening right now, pay attention. Managing staff is going to come down to asking them, when they come to you with a problem, asking them what they would do. What is their solution? You don't want staff coming to you with problems. You wanting them notifying you of the problem and then notifying you of how they plan to handle the problem. Not, how do I handle this? I don't know what to do. Because then you are the linchpin in your business at that point, right? And your time freedom is not there. So investing in future you is by conditioning your staff to not come to you with problem, come to you with problem plus solution. And then you can dictate if that solution is good, bad, indifferent, go for it, don't go for it, modify this. Then they look at you as more of an advisor than somebody that solves the problems, because they need a problem solved. Big.
Yeah, 100%. So that's the one that's going to give you freedom of time. I would say the next biggest one is going to be making the investment in future potential clients. And how do you do that? By growing your list. Listen, you're going to get people that are going to come to your business who are ready to buy right now, almost ready to buy, and not ready to buy at all. So you always want to be making deposits into that future bank of having the clients who aren't ready right now being able to buy at some point, right? So a good way to look at this is when you're a salesperson, or if you're doing this yourself, when you're going through your leads and people who are opting in for your services, you're getting all those people, you're signing up all those people who are ready now. But what happens in 2 months, those people who weren't ready now? Where do they go? What bucket do they fall in? That right there, that gap, finding that gap and figuring out how to sell to that gap will make you a ton of money. But doing that is an investment in the future bank, because now you have to have a system to go in and re-engage those leads all the time to be able to move them across the line. Because not everybody's ready to buy right now. As much as we would love for them to be ready right at this moment to buy training, people, I want to start in May, I want to start next month, I want to start, in 2 months, I'm having a procedure done. You have all these things. Are you actually following up with those people? That's an investment that you can make in the future of your business.
Because all a lead is saying in the beginning is they're saying, yo, you have a problem, right? That's all they're saying. They're not saying they're ready right now. They're not saying that they want exactly what you have to offer. They're not saying they're a good fit. They're just saying, I have a problem. Maybe you can help me. So that list, also important to continue to follow up with that list and follow up with those old leads. I couldn't have said it better myself, Anthony. I don't really have much to add to that one. But yeah, your future bank is that email list, is that list of clients, is that list of former clients. I mean, as a short example, this last month I had high expectations for my team to sell a lot of new members into the gym. And what did we do? We hit our list with a challenge email sequence. We hit our list with a reactivation email sequence. We increased our ad budget, and we made sure that we were dialing at a faster cadence and scheduling people faster. Lo and behold, they're on track for goal, and it was a lofty goal. So it's one of these things that when you have that list and you have those people and you have the right incentives to get them in, you can use that for future bank when we didn't have to spend more on advertising to get half the clients that we accumulated over the last month. We just had Future Bank in that email list and in those former clients, and makes a huge difference in the long term.
Yeah, one other thing that I'm going to talk about when it comes to Future Bank is one of the things I believe in a fitness business is that the fitness business itself is not going to be the vehicle that's going to get you to real wealth. It's not. It's just, there's only so much you can make out of your square footage. There's only so many clients that you can reach. It's just there's a cap to it, whatever that cap is. It may be a high cap in some certain areas, and maybe a lower cap in other areas. But the Future Bank, making the deposits in the Future Bank, is building real wealth. And the way you do that is to have a vehicle outside of the gym that you're investing in. So whether that's in the stock market, whether that's in real estate, things like that. I mean, I follow Dave Ramsey, so you could just do what he says as far as like investing and taking the money that you earn after the gym that you get from it and investing it. That's future money. That's Future Bank. You're investing into you 30 years from now. And setting this up systematized, like system wise, where you kind of don't even see it, it comes out of your account, gets deposited and goes into these things, is a great way to do it because it's almost like you don't feel it. And it's just a better investment to make in the future you. That's what I would say. I would add that other little caveat. That's kind of outside of our scope of work here. But again, we want to try to teach you as a gym owner that you need to be investing in the future you, no matter what way you go about it. And there's one more way that I'm going to touch on really quick before we hop off here, and that is investing in coaching. That is also an investment in the future you, the future gym owner of you, because all the skills that you learn now, you should be able to apply them to other businesses as well. And that's our goal when we have a gym owner come with us, is to be able to teach them these skills so that they can grow their fitness business and grow their wealth in however way they want. So like, for example, Jimmy and I, we have other investment vehicles outside of the gym, but we're also investing the time to grow this fitness profit multiplier venture because we want to help gym owners who are in our shoes. And that's another venture that we could do. And the only way we're able to do that is by following all the things that we talk about. Our business is systematized. We've invested in our staff. So now we're not needed in the day-to-day.
100%. Not needed in the day-to-day. That's why we have the time freedom, right? And the time freedom allows us to actually be able to do this. You wouldn't be able to do it if you don't grow your gym to a point where it's profitable without you. And one thing I'll say on the investment component that Anthony had touched, you build your cash vehicle from your business. That business funds your investments. So investing in the skill set now is the most important thing to build wealth moving forward. The most important thing right now, if you're a struggling gym owner, is not to put your money in the stock market or find a real estate investment or anything like that. The first step is getting your vehicle of wealth creation to a point where it kicks off and spits off enough profit so that you can then make those investment moves moving forward. And the only way you're going to do that is by building the skills that are necessary to get there. And investing in a coach is one of the things that we highly recommend, obviously, but it is the shortcut to making that vehicle kick off cash so that you can then invest.
100%, guys. And if you want more in-depth training about all this, just click those links below. You guys know what to do. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like button, comment below. Let me know that you like this stuff. And just leave us a review. Let us know you like this kind of stuff so we can put out more of this stuff for you guys. But until next time, Anthony and Jimmy, Fitness Profit Multiplier, we are